Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a truly captivating investment prospectus to see exactly how a massive real estate and tourism pitch is structured. We hear news about mega resorts all the time, right? But we rarely get to actually peek under the hood at the high-stakes blueprints handed directly to private investors. Well, today, we're changing that.
The project prospectus we're unpacking today is an absolute masterclass. Beyond the ambitious multi-story structures, the luxury yachts docked at a private marina, and that pristine mountainous backdrop, this document is a highly calculated pitch designed to do one specific thing: secure serious capital. It's a textbook example of exactly how developers package a localized, highly specific vision for a global investment audience. To see how they plan to pull this off, we're going to break this explainer down into 4 quick parts. 1. The $10 million pitch. 2. Where the money goes. 3. The revenue drivers. And 4. The financial blueprint.
All right, kicking things off with part 1, the $10 million pitch, or the initial capital ask.
$10 million. I mean, wow. It's a massive ask, for sure. But in the world of high-end resort development, $10 million is exactly the kind of threshold that separates your standard boutique ideas from fully integrated regional tourism hubs. It's a bold statement of intent. When a developer crosses into this 8-figure territory, they are no longer just building a hotel. They're literally attempting to build an entire microeconomy from the ground up.
And here is the hook: 13%. In today's financial climate, a consistent double-digit yield is incredibly enticing, assuming, of course, the developer can actually prove they have the mechanics to deliver it safely. This targeted annual return on investment over the lifespan of the loan is the ultimate lure for any investor looking to deploy capital. It's aggressive enough to beat standard market returns, but grounded enough to actually sound plausible for an emerging market. But context is everything. The pitch deliberately places this massive investment in Bulan, Sorsogon in the Philippines, specifically aiming to corner the rapidly escalating tourism and adventure travel market in southern Luzon. Sorsogon's waters are globally recognized for their incredible marine biodiversity, so situating a private maritime hub there, it isn't just about beautiful views, it's a highly calculated geographic play. By planting their flag in an area with high natural value but underdeveloped luxury infrastructure, they are going straight for a very lucrative first-mover advantage.
Moving right along to part 2, where the money actually goes. Let's break down the physical assets.
So this capital injection first tackles the heavy infrastructure. It's a two-pronged approach between a luxurious 8-story architectural anchor and a dedicated marina. The 8-story building houses the core hospitality facilities and rooftop dining, establishing a really bold vertical footprint. But the marina is just as vital. By building dedicated docking capable of accommodating private watercraft, they establish Bulan as a premier marine stopover, literally anchoring the high-net-worth traveler right to their front door. It seamlessly bridges the gap between land-based tourism and the yachting community.
Now, a marina without things to do is basically just a parking lot for boats. So beyond the real estate, they're pouring money into a high-value water sports fleet to capitalize on Sorsogon's rich marine biodiversity. We're talking jet skis for premium high-margin rentals, speedboats for island hopping, and a fully equipped scuba diving operation offering rentals, certifications, and guided reef tours. These aren't just fun little amenities. They are high-margin profit centers that scale up rapidly once that initial equipment is purchased.
Rounding out the infrastructure, we've got the essential hospitality assets. They're creating modern accommodations and destination dining that cater to a surprisingly wide crowd, everyone from luxury travelers to group adventurers. The prospectus specifically calls out targeting the flashpacker segment, which is basically high-end luxury backpacking. By casting this wide net, targeting both luxury guests and flashpackers, the developer significantly de-risks the whole investment. Flashpackers provide volume and a solid baseline occupancy rate year-round, while the luxury guests bring in the premium revenue. Combine that strategic mix with a restaurant sourcing fresh local seafood, and you've got a highly resilient business model.
Which brings us nicely to part 3, the revenue drivers, or how they actually plan to generate that 13% ROI.
The absolute overarching strategy here is what they call an integrated ecosystem, basically keeping guests on the property longer to maximize their daily spend across all those cool amenities we just talked about. This is a brilliant playbook on customer acquisition. Think about it. Once a guest is through the door, you don't have to spend a single extra marketing dollar to get them to buy dinner or rent a boat. By combining the hostel, the high-end dining, the jet skis, and the scuba diving in one secure, self-contained location, the length of stay naturally goes up.
Every extra hour a guest stays on the property is another opportunity for the ecosystem to generate revenue, creating a massive compounding effect on that 13% target.
Now, to tackle the biggest hurdle in adventure travel, which is perceived risk, this prospectus brilliantly weaponizes safety as a core selling point. To attract high-end, domestic and international travelers who might be a bit hesitant about remote destinations, they want to be known as the absolute safest, most reliable adventure tourism hub in the entire region. It's all about creating psychological comfort to unlock a much wider, more affluent demographic of tourists.
And they aren't just talking the talk, they're funding it. By setting up 24/7 comprehensive security with advanced surveillance, plus a dedicated emergency response team, an ERT, specifically for maritime rescue, the developer is transforming a basic operational necessity into a powerhouse marketing tool. I mean, if you are going out on a high-speed jet ski or diving a remote reef, knowing there's a dedicated medical rescue unit standing by on-site, that is a massive competitive advantage. It elevates the entire resort from just a fun weekend destination to a premium, professionally managed institution.
Finally, Part 4, the financial blueprint. Let's look at the math.
Here's where the whole financial architecture really comes together. That $10 million injection fully covers land, construction, and working capital, all while aiming for a 10-year timeline of steady, predictable recovery. The 13% return is fueled by that diversified income from the rooms, the food, and the high-margin marine tourism we just broke down. And that 10-year repayment term, it's absolutely crucial because it gives the investor a highly predictable long-term amortization schedule that aligns perfectly with the life cycle of commercial real estate.
Just to demystify some of the heavy financial jargon you often see in these pitches, this proposal features a 2-year moratorium period. Essentially, this is a grace period on principal repayment. This strategically protects the early-stage cash flow while the resort is still being built and before it hits full capacity. It ensures capital isn't bleeding out to service debt before the doors are even open and the cash registers actually start ringing. It's a standard, but completely essential, safety valve for large-scale development. Thinking about the timeline, you can really see how the investor's capital is strategically sheltered early on. Year 1 is all about the launch and high-risk vertical construction. But by year 2, the project transitions into pre-launch marketing and ramp-up, which is exactly when that moratorium ends. From there, the predictable repayment schedule kicks in, carrying steady amortization all the way to year 10. The risk is heavily front-loaded, which is exactly why that moratorium period exists in the first place. It provides a safe runway to launch.
And of course, this entire $10 million vision is backed by the project proponent Raymund M. Bongalosa. His private office insignia, signature, and contact info cap off the formal pitch. In high-stakes pitches like this, putting a real name, a crest, and a direct line of accountability on the document is the ultimate sign of standing behind the vision. It shifts the pitch from a slightly abstract architectural rendering into a tangible, serious business proposition.
Ultimately, this whole explainer comes down to the big $10 million question. Does a meticulously structured blueprint, a 2-year financial safety net, and the promise of a 13% return justify the leap of faith? After seeing the anatomy of a pitch of this scale and unpacking the integrated hospitality and marine sports ecosystem meant to fuel it, would you invest?